and running for governor of California. Come on up.
All right, good evening, everyone. We've had a lot of great speakers tonight, and I'd like to be another addition to that for y'all. My name is Zacky, and yes, like Sonny said, I am a member of the Zacky Farms family, and I was the vice president of Zacky Farms here in California. My great-grandfather started it 90 years ago. In 1928, the company lasted for 90 years because California killed our business. And it started out as an immigrant family who came to the United States and settled in Los Angeles over 100 years ago, and finally found a niche for themselves and carved it out. And over the past four or five decades, California regulation has killed and destroyed the ability for people to start their own businesses. We were very blessed to have Donald Trump as president, who did everything in his power to cut regulation. And he also made it so the middle class grew exponentially for the first time in decades. I want to bring back those amazing lower regulations and lower tax principles of Donald Trump. I want to establish them here in California. I know Anthony's business would probably love some lower taxes and regulations too, all right? I mean, it's good for everybody. It's about, we need to grow the middle class. That's the American dream right there. That's why people come here to this country like Joe, because they want to carve out a better life for themselves. And America is that place. We are that pillar of freedom. And here in California, we basically set the rules for the United States, believe it or not. Believe it or not, we do. And we do that with laws like, for example, with trucking. When we set the laws for trucking about how many hours truckers could drive a day, that wound up becoming, it's 10. And we set that, and it became nationalized after that. We also set the emission standards here in California. They became nationalized after that. So what happens here in California, the decisions that we, 40 million Californians, get to make, they affect the entire country. And we have that power to take back California right here and right now. And like Anthony mentioned about how there's only 0 candidates running against Newsom, we have the luxury of the ability to pick more than 2 candidates that are put in front of us. Think about that. I want everybody to do their research on all the candidates, not just me, not just Anthony, not just Joe. We have to get out there, and don't forget Sarah either. You guys got to learn about everybody, because there might be a candidate who you better align with, and I want you to make that choice. It doesn't have to be for me. Obviously, I want your vote. But I want everybody to have the chance to voice their opinion. And that's the biggest thing about America, is that freedom of choice. And we can have that. Where we don't have to be, and we have the freedom not to be told to take vaccines. And they're trying to push that. And we're going to push back against that hard. I won't stand for it. I'm not vaccinated. My 86-year-old grandmother's not vaccinated. My whole family's not vaccinated.
Come on.
We don't, I love it, brother, I love it. We don't buy into the scamdemic. We're not getting pressured. We're not going to let that happen. And we're not going to let it happen to our children get injected by these bastards. Forgive me, but this is what's... I mean, these are our kids. They're our responsibility, not the government's. This is not a nanny state. We are smart enough, and we have the power, and we know what is best for our family and our kids. And if you give us that chance, 9 times out of 10, I guarantee you, we will make the right decision. So, with that being said, we also have to worry about critical race theory coming into our schools, which is disgusting and divisive. We've already gone through this whole segregation and civil rights. We've gone through it. We know we are all equal. We are all Americans. And here in this room, we are all Californians. And this is our chance to stand up, and we must do that. So that's why we're going to vote yes to get rid of Gavin Newsom. Having had a lot of business experience, I was gifted the opportunity to be part of the California Poultry Federation, which represents the poultry companies here in California. And with that, I was a board member, and I got to go to Sacramento and DC, and I've met a lot of our senators, a lot of our congressmen, a lot of our state reps. And they are so disgusting. They're so disappointing. They don't care about you, your kids, your livelihoods. They will do anything to stay in power and be told how special and how wonderful they are. I'm not that guy. I'll never be that guy. The only reason I'm running is because I care about my home state. I'm tired of it. I've lived here my entire life. I'm 30 years old. Yes, I'm 30 years old, but I've got a wealth of experience under me, and I will not stand for this any longer. The homeless crisis is out of control. There are so many things wrong with this state. We know. But I bring solutions. I have answers for these difficult questions. Part of my solution for the homeless crisis is essentially teaching a man to fish instead of giving a man a fish.
Amen.
Thank you. I want to be able to provide our fellow man the opportunity to go to a facilities that we can build for them. It's optional because this is not a tyrannical society. They will be given the option, but we do need to enforce vagrancy laws. And at these facilities, I'd like to figure out who they are. Is anybody looking for them? Are they even citizens of this nation? While they're there, we can determine if they have a mental illness, which is a huge crisis that we have right now in our country.
Right.
And it's compounded with drug addiction that the pharmaceutical companies and the drug cartels have been pushing us for years. I've lost many friends to drug addiction and drug overdoses, and I won't stand for it anymore, and neither should our fellow man on the street. So being able to provide treatment for them in these facilities, I would also like to be able to give them the opportunity to learn a work skill. And I have a background in agriculture, and I know that working with my hands has been giving me the greatest sense of accomplishment I've ever seen in my life. And we can also use their help in fighting wildfires. Obviously, we have the Dixie Fire burning right now, and as many of these major media outlets would love to tell you it's climate change and global warming, 90% of the fires that we've been the victims of have been started by arsonists. They caught that one woman, she was a criminologist, right? Yep, oh yeah, this is what's happening. This is a combination of poor forestry management and lunatic criminals that we are not cracking down on because we're not letting our police do their job. We're handcuffing them, and we need to bring back law and order.
Come on, buddy.
We don't need to see this craziness in the streets where they're destroying buildings. I mean, my God, I would hate to live in Portland. I would hate to live in Portland. They deal with it every night, but that can come here, and we will stop that with law and order by giving sorry, I just got the warning. We will give our police the tools they need and the ability to carry out their jobs, because handcuffing them and not allowing them to do their work puts us at risk. And we have these corrupt DAs that are just letting the revolving door spin round and round and round. And here they come, right back out into the streets. And they can shoplift legally, but we can't stop them from committing misdemeanors because they increase the price on, whatever the limit is on misdemeanors. So shoplifting, 950 in some places. So it's a license to steal. And you can't imagine, so it's no surprise crimes going up.
Right.
We're going to put a stop to all this. And it's going to take all of you to take that ballot down to the box on the 14th with the yes, and pick whoever you want. I'd like that choice to be for me. I know I'm going to do a great job for y'all. I have the experience. I have the heart. And let's take back this state. Let's make California great again. Thank you.